Have you ever been told that you don't look your age? Have you noticed that while others around you show the ravages of time, you maintain that spark in your eyes, that energy that defies the years? If so, you need to hear this, because what I'm about to reveal today will forever change the way you understand your own existence. Dr. Carl Gustav Jung, the renowned Swiss psychologist who passed away in 1961, dedicated much of his life to studying the mysteries of the human psyche. In his research on synchronicity and the connection between the soul and the physical body, Jung observed something extraordinary. Certain people seemed to be protected by a kind of invisible shield that preserved not only their appearance, but their vital essence. These people, according to his observations, were not isolated cases, but carriers of something much deeper and more significant. Jung documented cases of individuals who, despite having gone through severe trauma, devastating losses and extreme challenges, maintained an inner luminosity that was reflected in their physical appearance in ways inexplicable to the science of his time. Before continuing to reveal these ancestral secrets to you, I want to ask you to subscribe to this channel if you really feel that these words are touching deep fibers of your being. Because what we are going to explore together transcends the superficial and takes us into truths that have been whispered for centuries among those who understand the mysteries of the spirit. This information you are about to receive has been guarded by generations of spiritual masters, and now at this crucial moment in humanity is being revealed to those who are ready to receive it. Have you ever wondered why some people seem frozen in time? We're not talking about cosmetic surgery or expensive treatments. We're talking about that luminosity that emanates from within, that freshness in the gaze that cannot be bought or faked. It's as if they carry with them an inexhaustible source of youth that springs from the soul itself. Look around you. Surely you know someone who at 50 looks 35, or who at 60 retains the vitality of someone 40. These people have something special, something that goes beyond genetics or external care. The answer lies in a concept that transcends what conventional science can explain. For millennia, spiritual masters have taught that the physical body is simply the reflection of our inner reality. When the soul vibrates at elevated frequencies, when it is aligned with its divine purpose, this state of grace manifests in every cell, in every gesture, in every expression. The ancient Egyptians knew this principle and called it the light of Ra that preserves the temple of the soul. Hindu mystics spoke of the golden prana that flows through the body of those blessed by the gods. Jewish Kabbalists referred to the hidden light that keeps the righteous young. The ancient sages spoke of this as the law of the cosmic mirror. What we are inside is inexorably reflected on our outside. It is no coincidence that the most spiritual people in history, those who dedicated their lives to service and the elevation of consciousness, maintained exceptional vitality even at advanced ages. This is not a coincidence, but a universal law that operates constantly and implacably. Think of figures like Mother Teresa of Calcutta, who at 80 radiated an energy that moved multitudes. Her face, marked by decades of service in the harshest conditions, retained a sweetness and light that captivated anyone who looked at her. Or Mahatma Gandhi, whose luminous presence intensified with the years, whose physical frailty contrasted with a spiritual strength that moved entire nations. Or the Dalai Lama, who at 89 maintains a joviality and energy that many young people would envy. These are not exceptional cases, but examples of what happens when a soul fulfills its divine mission. Each of them carried enormous responsibilities on their shoulders, faced adversities that would have broken ordinary people, and yet their inner light not only did not go out but intensified over time. Because here lies the true secret. If you retain that inexplicable youth, if time seems to treat you with special benevolence, it is because you are part of God's chosen ones. Don't be frightened by this revelation. It doesn't mean you are superior to others, but that your soul has accepted a specific mission at this crucial moment in humanity's spiritual history. We live in an age of transition, where humanity finds itself at a crossroads between spiritual evolution and self-destruction, and chosen souls have come to tip the balance toward the light. The chosen ones are souls who have come to this plane with a clear purpose, to serve as channels of light, healing, and transformation. They are human beacons destined to guide others toward spiritual awakening. They are not always in positions of visible leadership. Often they work in silence from the shadows, touching one life at a time, sowing seeds of hope in hopeless hearts. And to protect this sacred mission, the universe itself surrounds them with special signs and protections. One of these most evident protections is precisely that youth that defies the logic of time. Your appearance is not the result of favorable genetics or chance. It is the visible seal of a divine grace that acts on your physical being, preserving you so that you can complete your sacred work. Imagine for a moment that you are a soldier sent on a special mission. Wouldn't they provide you with the best equipment, the best protections, everything necessary to guarantee the success of your mission? Well, that's exactly what happens on the spiritual plane. Your preserved youth is part of the divine equipment you have received to fulfill your purpose on this earth. Do you feel that sometimes you don't completely belong to this material world? Do you find yourself deeply moved by the suffering of others, as if the sorrows of others resonated in your own soul? Do you have moments of intuition so clear that your own wisdom surprises you? Does it happen that people naturally approach you to tell you their problems, as if they sensed that in you they would find understanding? If these descriptions resonate with you, you are recognizing the signs of a chosen soul. The chosen ones experience the world differently. Their sensitivity is tuned to frequencies that most do not perceive. They can feel the emotions of a room as soon as they enter, capture the unexpressed needs of those around them, and offer exactly the words or presence that others need without even consciously intending to. It's as if they have a spiritual antenna permanently tuned to the frequencies of the human soul. This extraordinary sensitivity comes accompanied by moments of profound solitude. Not the bitter solitude of abandonment, but that sacred solitude that strengthens and purifies. It is in these moments of apparent isolation where the chosen soul connects more deeply with its purpose, where it receives the inspiration and guidance necessary to continue its mission. Often the chosen feel they don't fit into conventional social groups, that their conversations go down different paths, that their concerns and joys are not always understood by those around them. Emotional resilience is another distinctive characteristic. The chosen can go through trials that would break others and emerge not only intact, but strengthened and with greater compassion. It's as if each challenge were an opportunity for purification that prepares them to serve more effectively. They have learned to transform pain into wisdom, loss into compassion, and adversity into inner strength. Another revealing sign is that sensation of having a soul younger than the body. Have you ever felt uncomfortable when someone younger calls you sir or madam? Do you feel that your spirit has a different age than what your identity document shows? This perception is not vanity or denial of reality, but the intuitive recognition that your soul operates in temporal dimensions different from those of the material world. Tell me in the comments if you identify with any of these characteristics, if you have lived experiences that made you feel different or special in some way. Because recognizing these signs is the first step to fully embracing your divine mission. You are not alone in this experience. There are thousands of chosen souls awakening at this moment to their true nature. The youthful appearance you maintain is not vanity or coincidence. It is a spiritual shield that operates on multiple levels. On the energetic plane, this natural luminosity repels dense energies, envy, and psychic attacks that could interfere with your work. People with negative intentions simply cannot approach or stay close to someone who radiates so much authentic light. It's as if there exists an invisible force field that protects your sacred space. At the same time, this fresh and vital appearance acts as a magnet for those souls who need your help. Without realizing it, you attract exactly the people who can benefit from your presence, your advice, your simple company. Your youthful aspect generates confidence, inspires hope, and opens hearts that would otherwise remain closed. People feel safe with you, as if they sense that you won't judge them, that you will understand their struggles because you yourself have gone through similar trials. The body faithfully responds to the state of the soul. When your spirit vibrates in love, compassion, and divine purpose, every cell of your physical being nourishes itself from this elevated energy. That's why scientists have begun to study the phenomenon of telomerase, the enzyme that protects our chromosomes from aging, and have discovered that it is significantly activated in people who practice meditation, gratitude, and selfless service. Recent research has shown that people who live with purpose, who feel that their life has meaning and contributes to the well-being of others, present lower levels of cellular inflammation, stronger immune systems, and slower aging processes. Science is beginning to validate what mystics have known for millennia, that the state of the soul directly influences the health and vitality of the physical body. Your youth is, literally, the reflection of an inner state of grace. It is the physical manifestation of a soul that remains connected to its divine source, that has not allowed itself to be hardened by the disappointments of the world, that preserves that original purity that we all brought at birth. While others allow cynicism, resentment, and bitterness to age them prematurely, you have kept alive the flame of hope, faith, and unconditional love. But being chosen is not just receiving blessings, it is also carrying profound responsibilities. The path of the chosen runs between the light they must radiate and the silence necessary to stay connected with the divine. You won't always feel understood. In fact, you will likely often feel misunderstood, as if you spoke a language that few can understand. Your youthful appearance can be misinterpreted as vanity or superficiality by those who don't understand its true origin. Others may envy you or underestimate you, thinking that life has treated you with special kindness for no reason. They may assume you haven't suffered, that you don't know pain, that your luminosity is the product of a privileged existence. In these moments, humility becomes your greatest ally. The divine calling rarely comes accompanied by celestial trumpets. Rather, it manifests in the silence of your heart, in those moments of quietude where you feel an inexplicable certainty about what you must do. It can come to you through the most ordinary routine, in a casual conversation, or even in the midst of the deepest pain. Sometimes it presents itself as a persistent restlessness, others as a peace that surpasses all understanding. True spiritual maturity consists in embracing this mission without ego, without believing yourself superior, but recognizing that you have been chosen to serve. Your external youth must always be at the service of the inner wisdom you have cultivated through your experiences and your connection with the divine. It's not about showing off your appearance, but about using it as a tool to open doors, generate trust, and create safe spaces where others can heal. As God's chosen one, you carry on your shoulders the responsibility of being a bearer of peace where there is chaos, of hope where there is despair, of light where there is darkness. You don't need to perform great heroic gestures. Often, your greatest impact occurs simply by being who you are, radiating that natural light that emanates from your being. A genuine smile, a word of encouragement, a compassionate presence can change the course of someone else's life. Your youthful appearance is also a constant reminder. You still have time. There is still work to be done. Every day that the universe gifts you with this preserved vitality is an opportunity to fulfill a little more of your sacred purpose. It is no coincidence that you have remained young and vital. It is a sign that your mission is not yet complete, that the world still needs what you have to offer. The chosen must not hide or minimize their light for fear of standing out. On the contrary, they are called to become human beacons wherever they are. It's not about seeking protagonism, but about allowing their authentic essence to naturally illuminate the spaces they inhabit. It's like a candle that cannot help but give light. It's simply its nature to shine. If you've made it this far, I invite you to leave a like if you feel this message is resonating deeply in your soul, and to subscribe if you haven't already, because on this channel, we will continue exploring the spiritual mysteries that will illuminate your path as a chosen soul. If you have recognized yourself in these words, if you feel it's no coincidence that you've arrived here, I share with you some spiritual advice to conserve and enhance that inner youth that so characterizes you. First, cultivate sacred silence. Dedicate time each day to meditation, prayer, or simply being in quietude with yourself. It is in these moments where your soul recharges, where you receive the guidance necessary for your mission, where your inner light renews and strengthens. Silence is not absence of noise, but presence of the divine. In silence you find the answers you seek, the peace you need, and the direction your soul yearns for. Second, be very conscious of the environments and people you choose to surround yourself with. As chosen, you are especially sensitive to the energies around you. Avoid places and people that drain your vitality, that extinguish your light, or that distance you from your spiritual center. It's not selfishness, it's sacred preservation. Just as an artist protects their instruments, you must protect your spiritual energy. Third, maintain a reverent relationship with your physical body. Although your main focus should be on inner growth, remember that your body is the temple of your chosen soul. Feed it with consciousness, exercise it with gratitude, rest it with wisdom. Every act of care toward your body is also an act of reverence toward the divine that dwells within you. Fourth, live every action, however small, with conscious purpose. From the way you greet a stranger to how you perform your work, infuse every gesture with the intention of serving the divine plan. This consciousness transforms the ordinary into sacred, converts every moment into an opportunity to fulfill your mission. Fifth, practice gratitude, not only for evident blessings, but especially for the challenges that have shaped your soul. Every difficulty you have overcome, every pain you have transformed into wisdom, every tear that has become compassion, everything forms part of the process that has converted you into the beacon you are today. Always remember this fundamental truth that summarizes everything we have explored. If you look younger, it's because your soul hasn't finished its mission on this earth. Your youth is not accidental, it's intentional. Your luminosity is not coincidence, it's destiny. Your purpose is not optional, it's sacred. The universe has preserved you, has protected you, has blessed you with this visible grace because it trusts that you will fulfill the mission for which you were sent. Don't waste this divine gift. Embrace your nature as chosen, radiate your light without fear, and allow yourself to be the beacon that others need to find their own path to the light. Share this message with someone who also seems not to fit the age they have, who also maintains that special spark that defies the passage of time. Because in a world that desperately needs more light, every chosen soul that awakens to their true nature is a victory for all humanity. Leave your comment telling me how you have identified with this message, and don't forget to subscribe to receive more spiritual revelations that will illuminate your sacred path.